Next we have the VA150, which I've shown you a video of before. Just going to put it on its side. Basically the window model, they did used to put stuff in the walls as well. I had considered putting this in my bathroom because I'm just sad like that, but never mind. I have videoed this before, so obviously all the information I've showed you, but I promised people again that I would hook it up to the electric, because strangely enough I've never actually received a fan, apart from a modern one, that doesn't work, which again is a testament to the time of, these fans were built to last. They were made for, you know, lifetime installations, as opposed to the crap that we get now, which I shall move on in a moment, which people might have recognised because they have those GXC6s in their windows. But anyway, this is the VA150, if I can get the right pull cord, on power. So here we go. Again, smooth running. I've only WD'd this one because it was a bit squeaky, but as you can see, the shutters open and close with the iris there, as you can just tell to see there, they open, and then you hear a little click and the motor will come in. And because I haven't turned it on at the wall, you won't hear that until I plug it in. So here it is. Smooth running. These things actually suck a lot more air than you think for a 6-inch extractor. It's quite interesting to note, and probably someone might be able to tell me this. Every so often when you hear the fan ramping up and down in speed. Now obviously I don't know if that's a voltage drop or increase, but as you hear, faster when I tilt it, slower when it's fully vertical, which is quite interesting. So if I just set this up here, again, lovely smooth coast down. I've had to WD-40 to this, and it was in such a grimy state when I first got it, as you can tell by the marks on this grill here. I think this sign was originally white as well, as embossed white sign. There was a couple of new ones out on eBay I'd like to get my hands on, but this one's obviously mine and it's got character, so it's quite nice. So those are the two fans that you wanted to see. You're really getting a treat on this video, because I've managed to persuade my mum to part with everything in the loft and move it here. This, I just recently got this from eBay. The box is behind you, the Expolair W6. This one's the wall model, but this has the solenoid switching, which is all too familiar with models without the pull cord. Now this is specifically for a wall model. Now the only difference is basically they've redesigned, it's exactly the same rotor, but they've redesigned the front fascia to obviously a panel mount. The shutter assembly is exactly the same inside, but they've just obviously replaced the front cover where you would have that model, which is a window or wall, to the panel model. So obviously if you see where you put them in the wall, you can make the hole good when you've got that amount of space. So it's flush, that's the word I was looking for, flush with the existing wall. So I shall just check that this lead is plugged in. I only have two sockets up here, and if I'd have done it properly I'd have got a 4-way. There we go. So this is the WX6, and again the clanging noise on these is fantastic. It's the same with the WX12. This one's a newer model. This one's probably 1976, 1980, but again the clank is still the same. You can actually hear the spring on that one. It's exactly the same as a GXC6. The clang, everything, down to the components used. And again, this one hasn't been installed. I got this brand new from eBay, brand new old stock, and there it is. I will put electricity to the GXC6 that I managed to rescue from my work. This one was in an office that was being demolished, as with the WX12s that you'll see over in the corner there that I rescued. But this one's a newer model. Obviously they redesigned the frontage, and you can also kind of compare Expolair's history in one, and I know which one I prefer than this, but obviously designs, times, modernisation has to come through, you know, more Japanese products and things like that. It essentially does the same thing, but it'd be interesting to put them side by side on a throughput test. You know, how much air do you actually get out of these fans, you know, wattage or efficiency and things like that. The later Expel models, they decided to put the motor on the outlet so that the blades blew over the motor rather than the motor being on the interior side as they were on the old. The very same 3-strut design on the motor, but obviously the blade design was changed. The front and back grille was remodeled, but essentially it is the same extractor fan. This one's the GXC6 model, and obviously, as you can see with the lead, I've chopped it out and rescued it from a building demolition. So anyway, that's enough to whet your appetite for now, because I haven't posted in a while. I'll get power to that one when I can, and show you the rest of my fans in my loft at some point, because there is plenty to go through, as you'll see over there. Alright guys, thanks for watching, see you again.